Welcome to how to start your online course in 2022. How to start your online course in 2022. It is part of the 10-point series, 10 series. I call it the 10 series. We are going to run that series the whole of every Monday in the month of May and see how it goes. So, how to start your online course in 2022. This course is or webinar. It's the presentation is for members of IBMC and also members of the non-members of IBMC, non-members of IBMC. Let's go. Um, I say it's possible. It's possible. Yes, it is possible for start your own course in 2022. These are first members of IBMC, some members of IBMC, and this is where how we started IBMC. You can see there the IBMC in IBMC one alumni members. How do you start your course? Let's get started with point number one. It starts with choosing your industry, choosing an industry and your niche. You are not going to be competing the entire industry. Insurance industry is very, very wide. You must look for a niche within the industry where you can become the master. What are the three things you need to consider? The three things that come into play. The three things that will come into play as you decide to select to prepare your course. The three things must be you must have basic knowledge in the area. You must have basic knowledge, if not fundamental knowledge, or at least you must be very, very competent in that area. And then also have personal interest. And then there must be demand, because if there's no demand, then you'll be wasting your time. Well, not really wasting your time. We call it labor of love. So the intersection of those three areas is what we call your niche. So the area where you have knowledge, the area where you have interest, and then there's a demand. Right in that picture there, you can see a picture there which I just put in there. Just this week, I had a training in my area. My area is credit. I had training for the Finance Houses Association of Nigeria. That is my core area, credit. All right. So I have personal interest in that area, have basic knowledge, and there's demand. They invited me to come and speak, come and talk, come and coach, come and train. Okay. So it has to be an area that you can excel. So the top three areas in the online business is health, wealth, and personal development. Is a it's a winning area. So if you know something on health, wealth, and personal development, this program is on personal development. It's also on wealth, because if you are able to get it right, you can make a lot of money online, because with online you can scale. You can scale. So let's move to the next step you need to use in developing your course. You need to build the curriculum. You need to build the curriculum. The curriculum is the content. What will comprise your product. What you are teaching the students is what they call the curriculum. So is the basic question that you need to ask is, what does a candidate registered in this course need to know to move from point A to point B? That is the basic question. But it starts with you understanding the 10% age. That you don't need to be 100%, no 100% more than any other person. You just need to know 10% more than your students. So teach them that 10% and bridge that gap for them. And then the basic question, what do they need to know from moving from point A to point B? That's what will help you to package your curriculum. And then don't forget, you should, as a beginner, especially in your entry level course, do not go more than 7 topics, more than 7 areas. Do not go more than 7 areas. Okay. And for each of those areas, take 3 points that you want to talk about. Area 1.123, area 2.123, area 2.123. All right. So then also look at the problem that we have in industry is that we have SMEs. SMEs are subject matter experts versus trainers. The subject matter experts, most of them are technical people. So they come in with technical knowledge. And you might be tempted to say that the approach is the best. It's not the best. You have very few trainers that have come online. You have very few trainers. Those people are trained to be trainers. All right. For you to become a trainer, you have to attend train the trainer course. All right. So you have to watch out that the approach is not about the technicality. The approach is ability to um, give the attendees what they need, the wherewithal to take them from point A to point B, and talk less about the technicalities. And then think about how you are going to deliver your course to your students. Are you going to deliver them by email? Are you going to deliver them as a webinar? Are you going to deliver as a webinar, as a seminar, and so on and so forth? And then as you are developing, the very first thing that needs to come, that just think about your minimum viable product. The minimum, what is that small thing that can take your students from point A to point B? No more, no less. That's your minimum viable product. All right. So let's jump to point three. Then shoot your course. Most courses these days come in the form of videos. That's why I talk about shoot your course. Most courses these days, of course, your course can be in different formats. Your course can be in different formats. Can be in text, Word, PDF, PowerPoint, and then can be in video and audio formats. But video seems to be, because if you just send maybe a PowerPoint slide to your students, they might not consider it very valuable. But if, for instance, you compare it to video using a screen capture like Camtasia or Loom, or there are many of them. There are many other ones out there. Screen or Martin or something like that. There are many other ones out there, but the most popular is Camtasia. All right. Of course, for Apple products, they have what they call the screen flow. All right. So that's why I said choose the format. The format will determine how you're going to deliver the course. In fact, you have to choose the format when you're building your curriculum. I'm going to deliver this course. That will determine. So then the tools, camera, screen capture, and so on and so forth. So shoot your course. The most the most valuable courses are those that are put on video, because in that with video you are showing people that are seeing it visually, they're seeing it in three dimensions. Okay, so you are engaging all the senses, the eye, the ear, and even the hands. So there's a it's more valuable than just telling people PowerPoint slides, all right, or audio only. They just hear your voice. So, all right, let's jump to point number four. We're talking about how to create a product that you can actually sell. Get your first client. Get your first client. The first client is always the most difficult. All right. And if you can you can get 10 clients, then that is a minimum we recommend. Minimum we recommend. Of course, online, if you're able to scale, you can reach more than 100, you can reach by 50. But at the beginning, we talk about getting your clients organically. Organically means that you're not advertising, you're just calling people, you are reaching out to them by all means possible organically. Okay, inorganic is that you advertise. But don't forget, as a newbie, as a beginner, you might not have the resources to advertise. Advertising online, advertising on Google, advertising on YouTube, advertising on Facebook does not come very cheap when you are starting. So we encourage that you pursue the organic method. Get your first client. So just go to, we talk about the low hanging fruits, the middle, hanging fruits, the high hanging fruits. Go to the low hanging fruits, your friends, your colleagues, your associates, your church members, your mosque members, people of the live in your same street. Talk to them. Okay, I'm having this thing. Would you be interested? Maybe you live in an estate. You can go from house to house. It's not something that you should be shy of. Go to house, educate people. There's one thing, as I keep saying, that you can give to a person and the person can never say no. And that one thing is being taken to the next level, being taken to the next level. So go out to people, let people know the value you can add to their lives. And before you know it, they will join you. And then number five is scale your course. Scale your course. You cannot scale unless you are online. You cannot scale. Imagine, I mean, in those days, it was so difficult to scale. For you to scale, you have to have branches in all the, or in all, maybe in Nigeria, you have to have branches in Lagos, Abuja, maybe Port Harcourt, and so on and so forth. But today, with just your laptop and internet connectivity, you can scale your course to infinity. All right, can scale your course to any part of the world. Can scale your course. You can get 1,000 people. I remember recently I was in a webinar with Brendan Brochard. We were 1,000. At the end of that, towards the end, we were 625 people in that webinar. 625. 625 we were. So scaling your course. How are you going to your minimum viable product, entry level product? Where are you going to host your course? There are platforms like Teachable, Thinkific, Podia, there's Vonza, there's Kajabi, there's Ontraport, and so on. So, but each of those tools have different ways that they operate. And of course, as a beginner, you might not be able to get to those. I do not recommend those advanced ones, whatever. Just scale your course, use WhatsApp, use direct phone calls, reach students. What you need is just 10 students. When you reach 10 students, and then gradually start thinking how you are going to scale your course. When once you are able to scale, you have your sales funnel and you have evergreen funnels, and you are on your way to scaling. So let's just look at the tools. We talk about the video tools, direct to camera. Direct to camera is that you have a camera, maybe Canon or Nikon or whatever, and then screen capture. Screen capture, Camtasia Loom, and Screen-O-Matic. Screen-O-Matic. There are many other ones, but those are the most popular. Loom is very popular these days also. Camtasia is very popular. And then course hosting. You can host your course on Teachable. You can host it on your website. You can host it on your own platform. I have IBMSA platform. I also have a knowledge-based, vision knowledge-based platform. You can host your course on YouTube. You can host it on Vimeo. Okay. So you can host it on Wistia. So, and then mailing platforms. How are you going to send people? How are you going to let people know about your course? That's where the mailing platforms come in. MailChimp in particular. MailChimp in particular can mail people, talk to people about your course. And then, of course, Vonza. Vonza is also one all-inclusive platform. Some platforms are just for a particular purpose, maybe just to send a mail. Some are more all-inclusive, like Vonza, Graphic, Kajabi, and then, of course, ConvertKit. ConvertKit is more or less a audience management system. Okay, so that will be the end for today. Until we meet again in subsequent series. Thank you and bye for now.